How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Here today with another 1/6 scale figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Star Wars The Mandalorian Chrome Mando. And as we can observe the box art here, we have the little wraparound banner. We have an image of the figure with the Pedro Pascal head sculpt. And on the other side of the wraparound banner, we have Chrome Mando fully suited up. And as we take a look at the front of the box art, we have Mando, we have Grogu, and we have him with the little deluxe version accessories. And as we remove the little slipcover, you're treated with some more figure photography. And then we have the clamp tray with some of the accessories. And as we remove the clamp tray and take off some of the plastics, and we can take our first glance here at very shiny chrome Mando. So starting out with some of the accessories here for the deluxe version, we have this little strap with the Velcro that goes attached to all of these bits and pieces. We have the little handle for the speeder bike. And we have this little cloth part, but it's not cloth because it's sculpted plastic. We have the handle and little throttle, the brake, all little details on the handle for little speeder bike. And we have these little pouches. Here it's all like foam wrapped up in cloth. Nothing too crazy here. Same with this other little same with this one is just foam wrapped up in some cloth. Then we have the Boba Fett jetpack, and we have all these little clips that you can attach to the little D-rings on the little pouches. Fully functional jetpack here, I'm assuming. Little inserts for the little blast effects or little fire effects. Very weathered, very nicely detailed. And this little strap came off, but we'll fix that in a second. Then we have the Boba helmet here. Of course, when it came out of the little pit there, very weathered. The little rangefinder works. We have all the scratches, the dents on the outside here, and very detailed on the inside of the helmet. You can see all the little effects in there and all the little bits and pieces. And then we are moving on to the display base. When Hot Toys used to give us these horrible footprint sand bases, it's done in the regular rectangle with the crotch grabber. Then we have the flamethrower for Mando, very nicely detailed with the paint apps. Has that translucent effect on one end, and it gets darker as you go up. Then we have the little swap out whistling birds that go attached to the little bracer on his arm. Nicely painted, sculpted plastic. Then we have the jetpack, which is done in a chrome finish as well. So you get that very nicely shiny effect on it. A little padding for the magnets. And it has the little D-ring, so you can attach that to all the little accessories for the deluxe version. Then we have the little spear, Beskar spear that we saw him rocking in season 2 when it's made out of a nice soft plastic here. And then we have the Darksaber. It has the little effects, like if it's switched on, so you have the little crackling kind of like lightning looking effects at the edges. And then it's soft plastic, so we want to be careful with that. And it has the little swap out effect, so you could kind of have it kind of hanging from his little waist with the little D-ring here at the end. Then we have the little this little piece that holds the spear. Then we have the little swap out little tips for the whistling birds. We have the little baby knife, which is not a baby knife, but a little knife, a little combat knife that he uses. Then we have the little detonator switch. Just trying to go through all these accessories because there's quite a few. Little spear that he throws out from his gauntlet. It's done in this kind of like hard plastic, I guess. Nicely done. So it's one of those pieces you also want to be careful with. Then we have the little detonator. Those you kind of slip that into his little belt. We have the little swap out thing for his lantern on his helmet. We have his infamous trusty pistol here. Nicely done. If you have the other Mandos, kind of like similar to the other pistols he has. And we have his blaster rifle, of course. I remember him using it much in the later seasons. I had to refresh my memory there, but it has the little scope. You can detach that, as we've seen him use the scope to kind of survey the area. Lastly, we have a couple of hands. So here we have the saber holding hand and the spear holding. We have some closed fists. And then we have also the blaster holding hands as well. We have Grogu, which is just done in sculpted plastic. Not much articulation here. We have some on the head, some on the hands. And then this is the first one that I think has little feet on the bottom. And this whole thing is just done in plastic. And we have the little bag where you can carry him. So if you take out the little handle, you just place him inside. And here we have the Pedro Pascal head sculpt with the helmet here. Of course, at the end of season 2, when he took off the helmet and his hair was all messy. Sculpt is done, is very nicely done. It's a little soft in my opinion. I think could have done it a little bit better to make it look more like Pedro, but I do kind of know that the look they were going for was that little scene from the end of season 2 when he's looking at Grogu. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive in and take a closer look at Chrome Mando here. And as we can see, all the little weathering on his helmet. You see all the chrome bits there. It's very shiny. It's very reflective over all of the lights. It's a lot of more weathering than I thought it was gonna have. And as we look down here at the shoulder pad and the flight suit, you see all the little of course chrome color and everything. We have the little gauntlet here, the little whistling birds. Of course, the chest piece. We got this little bullet for the little blaster rifle. Those can come out. You can kind of have them hold them if you like. Of course, the little button where where you could plug in the little blaster rifle. All the little weathering effects on the little chest piece there. And we have the little mudhorn sign there on the other shoulder pad. Of course, the chrome on the gauntlet as well. Then you can kind of move those little bullets there to access the hook. So if you want to put the little detonator or the Darksaber hilt. And then we have the little slot for the little grenade. Then we have the little holster for his little cannon. The shiny leg guards. And we have the boots with the sculpted plastic, the split cut. Then we have all these little molded plastic bullets. Then we have the cape, which is wired. So this is the first of the 3 Mandos that has the wired cape. A lot of weathering and holes, and it's dirty. So it's very nicely done. And then of course there's the back plate and the little back guard there, of course chrome as well. And the flight suit, little fabric here in the back. So no issues with hopefully movement. Then on the bottom we have some treading on the boots as well. So to swap out the head sculpt with the helmet, you can either take the helmet off or the neck piece off at the same time or separately. So you just yank it off. We're gonna go ahead and grab the head sculpt. It's a little connected there at the bottom, and you just go ahead and slide the head there until it plugs into the connector. And here we have the sculpted version on the body itself. And just if you were wondering how these two will look together, I had to go ahead and get out my Bo-Katan and have them side by side, so you can see that these two together look really good, and they'll look really good on your shelf. Alright, so let's go over articulation on the figure, starting by the helmet, looking down to there, looking up, no issues. So we have the tilt side to side, all the swiveling. Then for the arm, of course, this is just full thick suit underneath, so you'll get some restrictions there. At the arm, we have going forward to there, but all the bunching and the suit kind of prevents it from moving a whole lot. So we have swivel at the bicep. Then we have, of course, our double bend at the elbow, no issues. Regular wrist peg. Then we have all these little layers, and of course the flight suit and all that. So you'll get some ab crunch going forward, some going back, not a whole lot. And then there's so much going on here, so a little swiveling at the waist. For the legs, going up to there, not too bad. Going out to the side, very far up. We got a swivel at the thigh, and we have our double bend at the knee. And for the boot, we have a split cut, and these feet come off very easy, so you'll get your range of motion, no issues there. And as you can see, alright, so we reached the end of the video for Chrome Mando. And of course I had to pick this one up since I had the previous 2 versions. What I like about this figure specifically, besides the chrome, is the amount of accessories it brings. So if you do have the other 2 Mandos, you can kind of mix and match accessories if you like, have them on your display base. And as always, I want to thank you all for tuning in, watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more figure reviews in the future, and I hope to catch you all in the next video.